All right, now we're taking the opportunity to talk about stuff that we hate. Chris?
Yeah, it's a long list. I could go on, we could be here 12 hours, but I'm just going to go with something that struck me immediately. There were a lot of really bad games, just bad matchups and blowouts and bad teams playing, but at least Philly in San Francisco should have been a great game. And it was just unwatchable. And the reason it was unwatchable was because there were like 500 penalties. And I'm not sure the stats, whether there's more flags this year than normal. But it's like there was the Zach Ertz fumbles, okay? So I'm watching. I know there's going to be a commercial, which I cannot stand, that friggin' U2 song, which is like, they could just put like the words to a beer commercial in there and it's the perfect sound.
I bought it yesterday, actually. I thought it was good.
Oh, okay. Well, you get what you pay for.
Right.
So anyway, I turn the channel to the other game, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll come back in like 10, 15 minutes. And like they got the ball in the 20, they're still on the 10, right? I'm like, what happened between, there should have been like 3 touchdowns in that span.
I'm watching 49ers games, by the way, because every game this year has been 15, 16 penalty. I mean, it's just constant.
Here's what happens, okay? 1st and 10, a running play for 2 yards, but there's a hold. Why, you're calling a hold on a running play? I mean, seriously, now it's, 1st and 18, okay? And then they, incomplete pass, 2nd and 18. Then a 3-yard pass, 3rd and 15. On 3rd down, they throw a 5-yard pass, but somebody had a defensive hold. Now it's 1st and 10. At the exact same spot you had 7 real-life minutes ago, and we just wasted our time for no reason. And this is, every game is like this, and it's just, and then the commercial, and then the reviews. They got to review every stupid thing, right? Now everything's reviewable. But you know what's not reviewable? Personal fouls are not reviewable. Penalties are not reviewable. So you have Niles Paul catches this ball, he's running, the safety's going to hit him low in his chest or stomach, and Niles Paul lowers his head at the last second, and boom, they hit him in the head, gets a concussion. Well, I'm sorry he has a concussion. I feel bad for him.
But
it doesn't make it a penalty because he lowered his head at the last minute. And the stupid announcers, Phil Simms, they're just like, yeah, that's a head-to-head. They don't even look at the replay. They have their idea, and they're not even looking at the evidence. And
you're picking Jim Nantz and Phil Simms, who are the 2 absolute worst in the business.
Well, 2. There's a long list of.
There's a long list, but 2 have to be the worst. One tandem has to be the worst.
There's a strong case for that, and there's no doubt about that. Joe Buck, that sort of know-nothing banter that he does when you're mad, when your fantasy team's doing well.
But if you're talking about a unit, though, Troy Aikman, who I couldn't stand as a player, I think he's actually pretty good as an analyst.
Oh, I don't like Aikman, but Buck just drags everything through the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just unlistenable. But so it's like there's got to be a review on a penalty. Why can't you look at that replay that everybody at home was watching? It's like, oh, he lowered his head at the last second. That's not a penalty. They're not allowed to pick that up. Like, why? That could be a game. No, it didn't matter.
Next year they're going to. They're talking about now reviewing personal fouls as a reviewable play, which doesn't exist.
Of course, brushes the QB's head, gently brushes the guy's hair. He takes a brush out and it's like personal foul. You touched his head.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, So they got to get this right. A, it's unwatchable because it takes forever, and B, this stuff changes games. This changes outcomes.
No,
Look, if there's a real personal foul, or if there's a real pass interference, fine, change the game because the penalty changed the game. Don't be calling holding on the other side of the field that has nothing to do with the play. Pick up the flag and say, look, come on, let him play. So that's my rant.
Nice.
That was a good rant.
Anything you hate?
Well, I hate, I hate the reaction yesterday. Yesterday, Husain Abdullah of the Kansas City Chiefs intercepted a ball, ran down, scored, pick 6 against Tom Brady. Yeah. Fantastic. Kneeled down and prayed. He's a Muslim, so he kneeled down, prayed to Allah, got a 15-yard penalty for it was at celebration, excessive celebration. Every other person who goes into the end zone and does this, it's the exact same thing. Everybody who thanks God at the top of any interview, the exact same thing. Now, to the benefit of the NFL, they said he shouldn't have been penalized. But just as soon as you see something Islamic, America and our favorite sport apparently jump all over this guy. They give him 15 yards, not to mention. My rant is just about the intolerable intolerance that's going on as we watch sports.
I 100% do not think that any referee actually thought that he was praying. I don't think that they saw it. They're like, oh, he's praying, and we're going to throw a fight.
But it's equally bad that just going to your knees is a penalty.
That would be a bigger deal. That if you slide on your knees, that's a penalty. But in no way, shape, or form did any referee think. Maybe they need sensitivity training in the NFL.
But how do you know that? I don't know that. I tend to think you're right?
No, there's no way that they knew that he was praying.
I don't know that there's no way. There are a lot of people who I know someone who was watching it. I was on the phone with who said this guy's praying. So there are people who are watching it. When you see the name Husain Abdullah, that immediately think that, and that's fine, or it's not, because I can't stand that either. I mean, I can't stand the genuflecting and the praying and the thanking God.
Like
all
God
the
gives
time.
a shit that your team scored a touchdown.
Why are you not cursing
Regardless.
God when you miss the ball?
That's why David Akers always used to be like this when he'd make a field goal, but he never went like this
No,
when
it
he
never
missed.
went right.
Because the devil made me miss
Right,
it.
or like this when he missed.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
That's
so-
true. You could go either way.
Right,
That's a
yeah.
good call.
Oh,
Or how about this when you make it?
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah.
That's what
See,
I would do.
that's there.
I missed that,
We have a
'cause I was
winner.
No, give the finger to the devil when you make it. You're like, I know you're trying to make me miss it, but you didn't succeed.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my. And listen, the NFL did right by it. So it's just this immediate reaction.
Even he though said afterward that he was like, it was the slide. He not for one second. And maybe he was just being PC, but he said I shouldn't have slid.
Well, come on.
Yeah.
That was him.
That's some Stockholm syndrome right there.
Yeah, that is.
All right, cool. Thanks.